How do you store yeast for long-term use? Attention, beer enthusiasts. A hot topic in the brewing community right now is how to properly store yeast for long-term use. As more brewers experiment with unique strains, the need for effective storage methods is crucial. If you are looking to keep your yeast healthy for future batches, you are in the right place. For brewers aiming to maintain yeast viability, freezing is a popular method. You can freeze yeast in sturdy, labeled tubes or vials. This helps preserve specific strains you may want to use later. A technique called the yeast bank is often employed, where yeast is suspended in a protective solution like glycerol. This prevents cell damage during the freezing process. Ideally, you should store frozen yeast at very low temperatures, around -80 degrees Celsius, or at least in a standard freezer. If you are looking for shorter-term storage, refrigeration is a good option. You can keep yeast in the refrigerator at approximately 4 degrees Celsius for a few weeks to a few months. Make sure to store it in a sealed container or vial to avoid contamination and moisture loss. Keep in mind that yeast viability will decline over time, so it is best to use refrigerated yeast within a few weeks. Another method is using slant cultures. Some brewers maintain yeast on agar slants stored in the refrigerator. This can keep yeast valuable for several months. You can refresh it by transferring to fresh media periodically. If you prefer dry yeast, commercially available options have a long shelf life. You can store dry yeast in a cool, dry place away from light. However, once you rehydrate it, you should use it promptly. Sanitation is key when handling yeast. Always use sanitized equipment to prevent contamination. Label each yeast sample with strain information and the date of storage to keep track of viability. When you are ready to use your stored yeast, gradually bring it to room temperature. Creating a starter culture can help increase the yeast cell count before pitching it into the wort. By following these storage practices, you can maintain yeast health and ensure consistent fermentation results. Freezing yeast in a yeast bank is especially effective for preserving unique strains, while refrigeration is suitable for short-term needs.